Hello everybody, today we are reviewing Jonah Rocks 2's PS4 play. He's playing Anna at mid-plat level on Lijang Tower. Sadly, his recording must have cut out, and we've only got 2.5 rounds, so we'll never know whether he wins or loses this game. So firstly we'll see what team composition you guys draft up. Okay, it's not bad. So, as you have two squishies, well, 3 squishies. 3 squishies yourself and 2 tanks. Yeah, Mercy's okay. I don't like the Mercy pick, but that's just because I prefer Lucio's mobility. It's really powerful for getting you in and out of bad situations. But I like the Anna pick here. So here what you need to realize is that you are the primary healer for the team, and your primary focus and only focus really should be on healing. So you're lucky they don't have a Pharaoh, because no one really checked to see if they were going to try and boop you off. It's a nice sleep, but your team wakes them up and you waste a grenade. That could have been really useful because you could have thrown it at the rocks just now, and that would have put the Roadhog in anti-heal. You see your Genji's low, you don't shoot him, you continue trying to shoot the Roadhog. It's good, you're capturing the objective. Another nice sleep. Here, you're fighting with Soldier on your own. You've not used your nade to heal yourself, which is ideally what you're going to want to do, but you got to see, like, you're the primary healer, you need to be healing your teammates, because Mercy can't heal all of them very fast. So they've got a Bastion. Yeah, you got a massive Rhine shield, and it's something you see a lot at lower relays, is people just don't pay any attention to the 2000 hit point shield that you've got. So you've only got 2 members of your team alive. You're probably going to lose this fight, and instead of healing them, you go for a sleep dart and damage. Here, you needed to try and heal. Oh, you fall off the map. That sucks. So, you're playing Anna. You are the main heal. You are the reason that pros are able to run 4 tanks and heal them proficiently. You can do so much more healing than anyone else in the game. You've got great burst healing for keeping people alive and really good sustain. Now their soldiers just pop their ult after your Mercy's rezzed. Again, your team's down, you've got no res, you go for damage. You shouldn't even be going here, you shouldn't even be trying to fight this. Your team's lost this fight already. You should have been trying to heal the Mercy and the Genji so they can escape and you can reset. Because still, there's 3 of you here, 4 of you here, and you're without your other healer and you're still going for damage. You really need to focus hard on healing. I can't say it enough, like, Anna's healing is so strong that your biggest mistake is you keep going for DPS. Like, it's good that you sleep him there, but you didn't need to. If you had your nade still up, you could have thrown it down on the ground, healed your Rhine, and stopped him from healing. Your team would have cleaned him up anyway. But that would have been a 0 risk play, whereas that was a risky play. If you missed the sleep, Rhine could have died. A bit of a waste of a sleep dart here. I mean, he's already knocked down, so you don't need to do that. Just heal your tanks, heal your tanks. Nice grenade, really good grenade, stop some healing. Ooh, that was a bit unlucky. You wanted to try and get that in the grav, ideally, but don't worry. You boost your Zarya. I'm not sure if you meant to boost somebody else there. Let's go back and have a look. So I'm guessing you wanted to do it to the Genji. So here, unfortunately, as you can see here, the Torbjorn gets in the way. I'm not sure I really don't think you wanted to anti-heal him, because you could have stopped everyone in there from getting heals in the grab, which is pretty huge, especially if they have a Zenyatta. Sorry, I missed what I was going to say. Okay. That's just a bit unlucky. But yeah, it's good to boost your Genji here. He's the ideal one to boost. Unfortunately, he doesn't manage to get the Mercy, and they get the res off. This is just poor positioning. Like, you want it to be at the far back right. You want it to be on the opposite side because you're closer to their spawn. You're away from your tanks and you're just putting yourself in positions that leave you vulnerable from multiple sides, and you're not making use of your Reinhardt shield. Like here, I don't know what you're doing here. You're just wasting time. You want to get back to the point and get with your team. Again, you're going off on your own. You're not a DPS class. Yeah, it's a nice sleep, but your Winston, look at him. He's on 1 HP. He's really low, and you didn't even bother prioritizing him. If you're playing a healer, you should be healing. You let Zarya die because you're not healing them. Nice sleep, but you want to save your sleeps ideally for that Bastion, because if the Bastion will wreck your team because they're not playing a Reinhardt anymore. So you need to keep on that on the Bastion for the sleeps. Again, more DPS. You really, really need to focus on healing. If you actually focus on healing, you'll be able to play Ana a lot better, because you land quite a lot of your shots and your sleep darts are pretty good. You just need to focus solely on healing. Sit behind your tanks.
Group up with me.
Yeah.
Best round lost.
Alright, so what did we get from that round? You got a bit of a unlucky ult off. You landed some good sleeps. In a situation where they have a Bastion and their Reinhardt's very, very aggro and charging in all the time, and you don't have a Reinhardt anymore, you really need to save your sleeps for that. And you need to focus on actually healing your teammates. You do so much healing. One of your shots does more healing than Mercy can in a second to a single target. Your grenade does more healing in an area than Mercy can do in nearly 2 seconds. That's how powerful you are of a healer. You need to be healing rather than trying to do DPS. It's more important to keep your team alive than it is for you to land that one single shot on a soldier and then have a little footsie battle and get nowhere. This positioning, I don't know why you're not sticking with your team. Like, up here you're vulnerable. You've got no shields, you've got no support from your Mercy. She's not going to come up there to help you. You've just let yourself lose half your health. Now it's much more of a risk for you to actually pop out and try and heal your team. Here, you should be with your team. Again, yeah, it's a fancy play, but it isn't going to pay off. Like, you've just lost your Zarya, yeah, your team kills their right. Yes. You could do a lot better by just healing your teammates. Now this time, it'd be great if you just stuck around in the back left, no, back right, sorry. And that way, you're not exposing yourself to any danger that you don't need to be exposing yourself to, and you're supporting your Winston. Oh. Lucky the Pharaoh missed her shots there, or you should have been dead and off the map. Again, you go for a sleep rather than healing your Winston. Winston heal would have been a much more priority target. Genji died as well, because you didn't heal him either, but you're now in a losing fight. Zen's gone off the edge. Just jump off the edge and reset. Your team shouldn't be going in here. You should be on comms telling them, no, fall back, we need to regroup as 6. Because it's so important that you do pretty much everything as a 6. Especially on King of the Hill. Because it relies so heavily on getting pretty much team wipes to actually take the points. Bit of bad luck. Again, exposing yourself for no reason. You lose half your health. It causes the Mercy to be healing you. Oh, Zen, sorry. The Zen to be healing you rather than the Genji. So the Genji dies. And you're still alive. Zen dies. You're trying to DPS. So I'm noticing huge positional errors here. You really need to focus on staying with your team, staying with the tanks. It's a bit annoying that the only tank you're really going to be staying with is a Zarya here, but you can stay a little bit further back than the Zarya and still be fine. Winston's going to dive off and do his thing. Yep, that's it, just pump heals into him. Nice sleep. Good play, good play. Now you've still got your boost. You've just taken the point, so you don't need to use it now. But who are you going to be looking to boost? It's going to be the Reaper, isn't it? It's going to be the Reaper or the Winston. Reaper just before he goes and ults, and Winston just before he dives in. It's good you're telling your team. Zen's a really poor healer to try and heal those tanks on his own. He's also dead, so he can't be of any help. Now would probably have been about the only time you'll have had to really use your boost that round, because you're always dead. Now you're going to have to use it now, because you've got no choice, so just use it, use it, use it. Nope. Okay. Because you don't stay back and try and position with the team, you don't actually use your ult, which is super powerful when combined with the Reaper you had, the Genji you had, the Soldier you had, the Winston you had. Because you just didn't position with them and keep them alive, they weren't able to contest the point as well as they could have done if you had been that. Because your heals are so powerful, you need to position to heal them. Okay, so you've got a D.Va instead. So you're now running... Okay, interesting. So D.Va is pretty much unkillable if you actually focus on healing her and keep her alive. Because on this current patch, your grenade boosts your healing done to them by 100%. So each shot is then 150. So you can heal 250 in one shot and one grenade. Here you should be trying to go with your tanks and keep them alive. You should all be going off, following your tanks and keeping them alive. Like you shooting at a Reinhardt barrier is going to take you a very long time to break it down, and he's just not going to stand there and let that happen. Yep, grenade yourself. Nope, don't go around there. Should have gone back and healed the D.Va up. Instead, you're trying to kill the Pharah. Now focus the D.Va. You want to focus... No, D.Va. You want to heal the D.Va. So, while you're in that position up there, Pharah comes... Yeah, I see. She's not full. Pharah and Genji, they have two dive-in heroes. One from long range and one that's going to be really powerful at close range. They've also got a Soldier. They've got a lot of damage. If you're not stood behind a shield near your tank, near your D.Va that can block their damage, you're going to take it and you're just going to die. And your team's going to lose their most powerful healer. Zen does pretty pathetic heals in comparison to Ana. Ana changed the game with the amount of heals she makes. That's it. That's the kind of positioning you're going to want. Now just stick with the Zen. Stick with the Zen, try and stay in his ult. That's it, nice. Your Roadhog kills him. That's a good hook. Nice. Now just focus on healing. Yeah, that's better. Ignore the Pharah, let your Soldier can deal with her. Gets a good hook. A tip for when you get to hook, if you throw the grenade just in front of him, it'll land on the person he hooks, so the healer can't heal them. And that's really powerful, especially as they have a Mercy at the moment. It would have really nullified her. Shame the Genji didn't have his ult for your boost, but you were going to die, so you did need to use it, as it is 99 to 0. So you got 2 teammates dead. They've got the point. There's no point going in here. The only point is just keep healed up and wait until your teammates are back. Shame you missed that grenade. You probably would have killed the Reinhardt there. Unfortunate. I think this is, yeah, this is where it cuts out. Yep. So what are the main pointers we get here? You land some good sleeps. You've got, your positioning is as if you're a DPS rather than a support. You focus far too much on doing damage, unfortunately. Ana's heals are ridiculous. You are taking one of the most important roles. Like, Ana is, if not the most important role in solo queue, really. If you're playing solo queue and you take the Ana, you are intending to heal everyone and keep everyone at full health as often as you can. You're going to struggle with the flankers, I get that. Genji, and he's a difficult one for you to keep alive. But you can keep your tanks, that are your frontline tanks, you sit just behind them and you heal them. You just keep them healed, and you look for opportunities to land your sleep darts, and look for opportunities to get grenades on hooks and charges and things like that. But you want to look more for saving and protecting your team than you do for dealing damage. Your damage, yeah, it's okay damage, it's nothing special. Your healing is, oh my god, amazing. You can keep people alive so much. So much. And so my advice to you, if you want to actually continue playing Ana, my main points of advice to you, go into quick play. Hear me out. Go into quick play and tell your team you want to solo heal. Play Ana, solo heal. That's it. Just go into quick play, play Ana, solo heal. And you want to focus on keeping everyone alive. And I mean everyone. So you don't want to be trying to do DPS. If you're trying to do DPS, it's probably because you're positioned poorly, or your front line's dead and they've dove you. But really, you want to be sat behind your tanks. You want to be you're the person in the backline, in the safe spots. You don't want to be sat out in the open and letting their flankers just kill you, because you're stupidly important. You're too important to die. So what I'm going to suggest to you is play quick play and solo heal. Aim to get as the highest heals you can do. If you're not gold healing in the game, in ranked, something's gone wrong. You need to focus more on healing. You also need to try and die less. You spend a lot of time dead. If you look in your stats, I think it tells you how much time you've spent dead in competitive play as heroes. And, well, at least on Overbuff it does. My bad. Overbuff tells you. And you want to keep that to a minimum. So if you die, your team loses their healer immediately, and in the 10 seconds you're gone, well, 10 seconds you're dead, and then you've got another 10-15 seconds till you're back. That's 25 seconds. Let's say you only did one shot of healing in each second. That's 25 lots of 75, which off the top of my head, 2,000? Like 2,250. Wait. Ignore that. It's nearly 2,000 healing. Now that's 5 Reinhardt. That's, oh god, maths is, it's my degree. I'm doing so badly here. That's 4 Reinhardts. You could have kept 4 Reinhardts worth of health on your teammates if you'd stayed alive. That's enormous. That's it's rare for Zenyatta Transcendence to get that. Very rare. And it's an enormous amount of healing that you've just lost. And every time you die and you lose that, it allows enemies to get frags. And frags are what help you push points. And pushing points, taking objectives, is the whole point in this game. So seriously, please, just go into quick play and solo heal. And just aim to heal. do not continue on with your DPS mindset. If you want to continue on with a DPS mindset, play Zenyatta. But play in the back line of your team like an Ana would, or an Ana should. Because if you stay in the back line as Zen, you can throw out your healing orb to your flanker. Someone else is probably going to be playing the Ana anyway. So your flanker's still got their healing orb on them. They're off trying to do some damage. You're doing some damage, and you've got your Discord orb on the targets that your flanker's trying to kill. The priority ones, the Anas for instance. And if you help him take out their healer while healing him, that's brilliant. And I see you just you really want to do DPS. And I feel like you've been pushed into this role. And Zenyatta, I feel, would be more beneficial to you. So I hope this is helpful. In the comments below, leave anything I've missed out, please. I'm just here to try and help people get better. And if you think I've missed something that's quite a big deal, then please put it in the comments and I'll try and get back to you. I'm continuing to do this when I have time, so if anyone else is interested in having me do a VOD review of their own gameplay, send me an email or leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Generally I'm looking for 720p 60 FPS gameplay over an entire competitive game, or 1080 60. Either one perfect for me. And yeah, thank you. Hope this has helped. Hope you've enjoyed, and speak to you soon.